Hello and once again welcome back to another video. In this one we are going to go empty a treatment plant, give it a good clean round, and we are going to investigate a tank that keeps filling up and a drainage system that keeps filling up. But let's start with the treatment plant first.
Hello, I'm on TV. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and make sure to hit subscribe at the end.
I found the other day that this is perfect.
Yeah.
For what? I used it the other day. You know when I put that picture on the group?
Yeah, so the tank is once again under a pallet and stinging nettles, because why wouldn't it be? So we're going to try and get to this tank, get the cover off, and give it a good empty and clean around.
It doesn't bother me really. Proper. We got some sticks in there.
Well, let's get the vacuum hose in and we'll get this tank empty.
Yeah, that bad bit's not very attached.
Right, my question for this video, what have you been up to today? Let me know in the comments below. Well, we've got the dirty side of the tank empty, there's still a little bit in the bottom, and we are now emptying the clean side where the pump is. Time to give this tank a bit of a clean round. Well, that was a nice simple job, so let's get the lid back on and we can move on to the next job. So we are now heading to Cirencester, which is a fair way out from Bristol, and we're going there for some block drains. Apparently they've been having the tank emptied regularly by another company, and they want a second opinion as to what's going on. So let's go have a look and see what we find. Yeah, this road's almost like doing a hill climb. It is really steep and really twisty. Right, so I've just found out my lead for my microphone isn't working, and that's why the whole time I've been editing this video I thought the sound just seems a little bit off. And yeah, that'd be why the mic wasn't actually plugged in and you were going through my MacBook microphone. But anyway, you eventually get to the top of here, which is a lovely little area. It's also a golf course. There's cows and horses everywhere. And I turned left at the end of this road and it's completely the wrong direction. I was meant to turn right.
Rerouting, 2 minutes, give me a second, just got to figure this.
When I left the last job, my van was meant to be going into the garage, so I took my boots out and some of my tools and chucked them in the truck. That's why I'm wearing wellies, although it did have the added benefit that there was stinging nettles everywhere, so I could still wear shorts and not get stung by the stinging nettles on my ankles. So this manhole here I believe to be the last manhole before the septic tank. Well, if this is the last manhole before the tank, it shouldn't be this full up, so I'm expecting the tank to be full as well. So let's take a look in the tank manholes. There's 2 lids, so I'm assuming there's going to be a wall in between the 2 chambers, which it appears there is. Well, after a good look around, I'm not seeing the soakaway outlet. So this tank's going to need to be pumped out to try and jet the soakaway. But they're also reporting there's a kitchen gully blocked. Now apparently whoever's been emptying it, they've told them about the kitchen gully over and over again and it's still blocked. So I'm going to see if I can clear that whilst I wait for a tanker to come from another company. So under this bit of wood we have a blocked gully, so we're going to pop the covers up. There's one here and one on the corner, and we're going to see if, I'm assuming these are going to be full, but hopefully we'll be able to jet that line up to the gully whilst we wait for the tanker. Yeah, there's a little bit of water in there, but I think we can work with it. Well, the manhole's full up as expected, and I can see something blue in there that shouldn't be in there. Now I just wanted to give this manhole a bit of a poke just to see if I could fill a channel in the bottom and make sure this is the last manhole before the tank, which I believe it is. Anyway, back to the gully. So I'm going to start by trying to plunge this one, see if that gets me anywhere. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, you never know. Well, I think there's a lot of grease in this one and we're going to end up jetting it. Well, let's stop messing around and just get the jet in there. Obviously, we're still blocked up downstream. I had about an hour wait for the tanker to get here, so yeah, I had to do something. Look at the bubbles in this one, there's absolutely loads of it. Now I think that's just caused by the grease and washing it liquid and whatever else they put down their kitchen sink. Have you ever seen so many bubbles in a manhole on other channels? Let me know in the comments. Well, it's that time. What are we going to find in the bottom of the gully pot today? Well, we've got a fork to start off with and a bit of sweet corn. And we've got a dog toy. This could be another dog toy, not too sure what that is. So for now, until the tank's been emptied, I'm just going to stick these two covers back on, and then we'll deal with this later. Well, the tanker's just left. They've emptied the tank. I didn't want to film them working, so I didn't film that bit. But we should now have an empty tank, an empty inlet manhole, two empty chambers. Now it's pitch black down there, This is the outlet side, and down in the bottom right hand corner there is a T-pipe. The problem is when I took my boots out of the van and put them in the truck, I also put all my torches in the truck. So yeah, you're not going to see a lot in the tank, unfortunately. As I said, it's pitch black in here, but if you look at my phone screen carefully, you can see the T-pipe just there. Yeah, my phone lit it up quite nicely, but for some reason my GoPro isn't very good with dark places. I think that's a GoPro thing. I've taken the 3 meter leader hose off the end of my jetting hose. Now my reason for this is I know the knuckle always causes problems when trying to jet down a T-pipe. So I thought it's just easier just to take it off. And I'm going to feed this into the T in complete darkness, and by some miracle it went straight in there. So I sent the jet down nice and slowly, pulled it back nice and slowly to try and clean out any perforations, or however this pipe's made, to clear any blockages, and that's the best chance this soakaway is going to have of running away. If the jet and it doesn't solve the problem, they may need a new soakaway. The next job to do is to clean this manhole up. So who remembers our bubbly manhole? Let's give this one a wash around as well. Although my battery did die on my GoPro, which is a bit unfortunate, but you'll get the idea. The only problem with jetting a soakaway is you never know what's going to happen until the tank starts filling up again. So we'll have to wait and see on this one whether we've solved the problem or whether it's going to be a case of needing a new soakaway. So if we come back here again, then we know there's more to it. I hope you've enjoyed this video as always. If you have, please leave a like, leave a comment, I'll try and reply back to you, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next job. New videos are always out on a Monday and a Thursday at 1 o'clock in the UK time. So yeah, I'll see you then.
Please like and subscribe and leave a comment.